All right, let's get ready to dive deep into Pilates. We've got some really cool articles you guys sent over from youalign.com and Pilates All Ages. Chloe Hart wrote a piece, and even Tom's Guide had some interesting thoughts. When I think Pilates, I picture like long, lean muscles,
Yeah.
rock hard abs, but there's something more to it.
Oh, there's definitely a lot more going on, yeah. You get those nice sculpted muscles on the outside, sure, but it's really about building functional strength from the inside out.
I've heard the term powerhouse, actually.
Yes.
Chloe Hart uses that to describe the core in Pilates. What does that even mean?
It's such a great term for it, right? Because it really captures what Pilates is about.
Yeah.
Creating this really strong, stable center that, powers all your movements. So think of it this way. Your core, it isn't just a six-pack, right? It's this whole network of muscles all working together to support your spine and stabilize your pelvis and then transfer energy throughout your body. And Pilates really zeroes in on those deep stabilizing muscles, like your transverse abdominis.
Ah, okay.
It acts like an internal corset, cinching everything in, providing a solid base.
So we're not just talking about like crunches and planks.
Exactly. Pilates goes way beyond those exercises that just work the surface.
Okay.
It's about precision. It's about control. It's about this deep focused engagement. And every movement is designed to activate that powerhouse in a very specific way. And that's where the magic really happens.
That makes sense. I've always struggled with planks, especially holding that core engagement for like a long time. But if Pilates strengthens those deep muscles, do you think it could help me improve my plank?
Absolutely.
And get more out of other exercises too?
For sure. And, speaking of benefits, Uline.com mentioned a study showing Pilates not only improves core strength, but also improves general health, back pain, even musculoskeletal function.
Yeah.
So it's not just about feeling strong. It's about improving how your whole body moves and how it functions.
Yeah, and they also had that amazing story about an 84-year-old woman who used Pilates to recover from a hip fracture.
Right.
That really caught my attention.
That was amazing. And it really highlights how adaptable Pilates is. See, there's this idea out there that it's just for, young, super fit people.
Yeah, right.
But really, you can modify it for anyone, no matter your age or fitness level. That 84-year-old is a perfect example.
So it's not just for people in their 20s who want to, just sculpt their abs.
No, not at all. It's for anyone who wants to move better, feel stronger, prevent injuries. It's about building a foundation for a healthier, more resilient body.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
We've got this powerhouse, this network of deep muscles working together. Can you break it down for us? What are the key players here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked about the transverse abdominis, that deep corset muscle. Then there's the multifidus. This one runs along your spine. It's super important for stability and good posture. I'm sure that's something you're interested in.
Well, tell me about it. All that desk time, my posture needs some work.
Yeah, we all need it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got the more familiar muscles, your rectus abdominis.
Right.
That gives you the six-pack look. And the obliques, which are all about twisting and bending. So Pilates strengthens all of these muscles. But that focus on the deep, stabilizing ones, that's what sets it apart.
So it's like a symphony, not a solo act.
Yes.
It's all these muscles working together to create that truly strong, balanced core. And I bet that teamwork leads to some pretty impressive benefits, huh?
Oh, you bet. We've talked about a few, but there's so many more.
Yeah.
Some of them might even surprise you.
Okay, lay 'em on us. I want to hear about these surprising benefits.
Let's do it. So one of the biggest benefits you get from Pilates is better posture.
Okay, that's something I really need. Yeah. I'm like practically a hunchback after all that time at my desk.
Oh, yeah.
My shoulders are already creeping up just thinking about it. But how does Pilates help with that? Like beyond just strengthening back muscles.
Right. So it's not just about the back muscles. It's about strengthening those deep core muscles we were talking about earlier. Those are key for supporting your spine, keeping you upright.
So it's like building this internal support system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pilates All Ages even talked about how this improved posture, it not only makes you look taller and more confident, but also reduces the strain on your spine.
Right.
Which is huge when it comes to preventing back pain.
Oh, that makes sense. I always have back pain.
Yeah.
Good posture is just one thing, though, right?
Right.
What other surprises does Pilates have for us?
Okay, so we've got good posture, but Pilates actually goes beyond that. It also enhances your balance and coordination.
I've always thought balance was one of those things you either have or you don't.
Yeah.
Can you really improve it with exercise?
Absolutely.
Right.
Some people may be naturally better at balancing, sure, but it's definitely something you can train.
Okay.
And having that strong core, which you develop through Pilates, that's the foundation for good balance.
I see. How does that work?
Okay, so think about it. Your core, that's your center of gravity.
Right.
When it's strong and stable, you're much less likely to wobble
Mm-hmm.
or lose your balance, right?
Yeah.
So like having this solid base that keeps you grounded.
So it's not just about like standing on one leg and trying not to fall over.
It's about way more than that. It's about moving with grace and agility
Right.
and confidence
Okay.
in your everyday life.
Right.
It's especially important as we age, preventing those falls, which can really have a big impact on your life.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So Pilates could help me like age gracefully
Yeah,
and not be one of those people terrified of like slipping on ice.
exactly. And speaking of preventing those unwanted events, another great benefit is injury prevention.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I'm always pulling a muscle or hurting something. How does Pilates help with that?
So we've already talked about how Pilates strengthens the muscles that support your spine, right?
Right.
Stable spine, happy spine.
Right.
And a happy spine is much less prone to injuries.
So all that core work, it acts as like a shield against those awkward movements.
Exactly. Pilates strengthens those deep, stabilizing muscles that you often neglect in other types of exercise.
Right.
They play such an important role in protecting your joints and preventing strains, sprains, all those common injuries.
Okay, that's a huge plus.
Yeah.
I've always thought of Pilates as more of a rehab thing or like general fitness. But what about athletes?
Yeah.
Can Pilates actually help them, like, perform better?
You might be surprised to hear that core strength is actually fundamental to power generation and energy transfer, no matter what sport you're doing.
Okay, break that down for me. I'm interested.
Okay, imagine a golfer swinging a club or a tennis player serving a ball. That explosive power isn't just coming from their arms or their legs, right? It all starts in the core and radiates out to the limbs.
So a strong core is like amplifying the force from the rest of your body.
Absolutely. So it allows you to generate more force, control your movements more efficiently, even improve your speed and your agility.
So whether you're a marathon runner or a weightlifter or, just someone who likes to work out on the weekends, Pilates can give you that extra edge.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So now that we've explored some of the amazing benefits, are you ready to get into the exercises that make it all happen?
Oh, I'm ready. Tell me about these moves that create such a powerful core.
All right. Let's start with a classic, the 100. Chloe Hart even describes it as one of the most foundational Pilates exercises.
The 100. Sounds intense.
It is. It's all about precision and control.
Okay.
That's really the heart of Pilates. So imagine this. You're lying on your back, knees bent, shins parallel to the floor. You lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, like you're trying to peek over a beach ball that's on your belly.
Okay, I can already feel my abs working.
And then you extend your arms by your sides and pump them up and down these small controlled pulses, like you're lightly splashing water. But here's the thing. You do all this while breathing in for a count of 5 and out for a count of 5.
Wow.
And you repeat that 10 times.
So it's like a core workout and a breathing exercise all in one.
Exactly. It strengthens your deep abdominal muscles, improves your stability, and it challenges your breath control, which is really key in Pilates.
It's like the symphony of movement and breath. I like it.
It is. And Tom's Guide highlights another great exercise.
Yeah.
The plank to pike twist.
Yeah.
It's a great way to build core and shoulder strength. It also challenges your balance, which I know you love.
Oh, I do. I love a challenge.
So for this one, you start in a plank position, hands shoulder width apart, your body in a straight line from head to heels, and you exhale, pressing into the ground, pushing your hips up and back.
Yeah.
So you're forming this inverted V shape with your body.
Okay.
Like you're reaching for the sky.
That sounds familiar. Is that like downward dog in yoga?
You got it.
Oh, okay.
And from downward dog, you shift your weight to your right hand. Lift your left hand off the ground, reach it towards your right ankle. Imagine you're threading your left arm through a narrow doorway as you twist your torso.
So you're working those obliques with the twist.
Exactly. You inhale to untwist, come back to downward dog, then flow back to plank and repeat on the other side.
Okay.
So it's this dynamic movement that strengthens your whole core shoulders. It also really tests your balance.
No wonder Tom's Guide picked this one out.
Yeah.
Okay. What else have you got? I'm ready for more.
Okay, let's try side kicks. It's another one that Tom's Guide highlighted. It's great for those deep core muscles we keep talking about, and it also works your quads, glutes, and hips.
I love a multitasker.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, walk me through this one.
Okay, so picture this. This is K. You're long on your side, propped up on your forearm, knees bent, feet stacked, like a modified side plank, but with a little bit more support.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, so you keep your core engaged, your body stable, and you extend your top leg out to hip height. And from there, you can do all sorts of things. Imagine drawing big circles in the air with your leg, or kicking it forward and back with control.
So it's like a dance move almost.
Yeah.
I like that it's strength and fluidity at the same time. What about those single leg exercises Tom's guide mentioned?
Yes.
I'm really intrigued by those because I tend to have like muscle imbalances.
Oh, yeah. Single leg exercises are great for that. They help you address those imbalances and really improve your stability.
Okay.
The single leg bridge is a good example.
I've done regular bridges, but never on one leg. What's the difference?
You start the same way as a regular bridge,
Okay.
lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. But then instead of lifting both hips up, you extend one leg straight up towards the ceiling.
Okay.
And then you lift your hips off the ground, keeping that extended leg nice and straight.
So it's like a regular bridge, but with an added balance challenge. I can see how that would really work those stabilizing muscles.
Yeah, and you alternate legs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're working both sides of your body equally, which helps even out those muscle imbalances you were talking about.
Yeah, it's like a workout and a symmetry check all in one. I like it.
Exactly.
What other like single leg gems does Pilates have? All right, my core is already fired up just thinking about all these exercises. But before I grab my yoga mat and attempt a single leg bridge, why are these single leg moves so trendy in Pilates? Tom's guide mentioned that.
Well, it's all about recognizing those little imbalances we have in our bodies that we don't even realize are there. You know, most people have like a dominant side.
Right.
That we tend to favor without even knowing it. And single leg exercises force us to work each side by itself,
Oh, okay.
bringing those weaknesses to light so you can actually work on them.
So it's like a detective finding those sneaky imbalances before they cause problems. Okay, so speaking of movement patterns, I'm ready for one more exercise. What else can we try?
Let's step away from the mat for this one and try around the world. It's just like it sounds. You use one leg to trace a circle in the air.
Around the world. Okay, that sounds more like a party trick than an exercise.
It sounds simple, but it's harder than you think. So you start by standing tall, feet together. Then you just lift one leg off the ground, and keeping your standing leg super steady, you trace a circle with your lifted foot, forward, to the side behind you, and then back to the start.
Oh, I see. Like your foot is drawing a globe. I can already feel my standing leg working just to stay balanced.
Exactly. And the key is to keep your core engaged the whole time. You don't want to be wobbling around. It's a fantastic exercise for single leg stability, strengthening your core, hips, legs, even your ankles.
Wow, it's a whole body workout hidden in a circle. You know, this whole deep dive has really opened my eyes to Pilates. It's so much more than just getting six-pack abs.
Couldn't agree more. It's about building a core that's strong and functional, that supports you in everything you do,
Right.
from your posture and your balance to even your athletic performance and just your overall well-being.
And it's not just for athletes or those fitness fanatics. Remember that story about Maria and Pilates all ages?
Yes, Maria's story is a great example of how accessible Pilates is and how powerful it can be. She was able to regain her core strength and stability after childbirth.
That must be so beneficial for new moms. I mean, their bodies go through so many changes.
Oh, absolutely. It's such an important time to rebuild that strength and stability, not just for aesthetics, but for function.
Yeah.
Think about all the lifting and carrying you do, all the bending over with a newborn. A strong core makes it so much easier and can even help prevent back pain, which is a common issue for new moms.
So Pilates is like giving you the internal support you need for all the demands of motherhood. And then there was James, the athlete, who said Pilates helped him step up his game.
James's story really illustrates how Pilates can help anyone improve their training, no matter what sport they play. Whether you're a runner, a swimmer, golfer, weightlifter, having that strong and stable core boosts your power, your agility, your control, gives you that extra edge.
It's like Pilates unlocks this hidden potential, allowing you to move better than you thought you could.
Yes, exactly. It's all about creating that foundation of strength for all your movements.
Okay, I'm convinced. I'm adding Pilates to my routine. But where do I even begin? Mat Pilates? Reformer Pilates? I've even heard of wall Pilates.
You've got options. The good news is Pilates is so accessible these days.
Yeah.
You can find classes at gyms and studios or even online. with all sorts of different workouts.
So there's something for everyone, no matter your budget or schedule. Any advice on how to choose the right type of Pilates?
It's always a good idea to start with the basics. That's where mat Pilates comes in. You don't need any fancy equipment, just a mat and some space. Once you have those fundamentals down, then you can explore other types, like reformer Pilates. That uses a special machine to give you resistance and support.
So start small and work your way up. Got it. Any other tips for a newbie like me?
Focus on quality over quantity. Better to do a few exercises perfectly than rush through a ton of them and risk getting hurt.
Right.
And remember, consistency is key. Even a couple of short Pilates sessions a week can make a huge difference in your core strength and how you feel overall.
Small, consistent efforts, big results. I love that. Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of Pilates. It's been amazing learning about the science behind it, the benefits, and even trying out some of the exercises ourselves.
And before we go, I'd like to leave you with something to think about.
Yeah.
Imagine moving through your day with a really strong core. How would that change your posture, your balance, your energy levels, even your confidence? Maybe it's time to see for yourself how powerful Pilates can be.
What a great thought. We encourage you to explore the resources we talked about today, try some of these exercises, and see what Pilates can do for you. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.